Hi guys, my name is Bricia Del Sol, and today's video I'll be talking about 7 things I wish I would have told my younger self. So this video was actually highly requested since I've done YouTube and I never answered the question because I felt like at the time I wasn't ready. Now I definitely do feel ready. I feel like a grown woman now, and for those of you who do not know me, I've been on my own since I was like 15, and being alone for like that young at that age has helped me, like it's given me wisdom is what I'm saying. So, and these 7 things that I'm going to be talking about are 7 things that I really actually sat down and really thought about. These are things like if I were to give my younger self, like little Bricia, a note and say like, hey, this is going to help you in your journey in life. I hope like these 7 things also help yourself if you guys are watching. I do know I have a lot of young viewers, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and get straight into the video. Number 1, it would be do everything with intention. And what I mean by that is, I remember when I was younger, I didn't really do everything with intention, like actually nothing at all. And something I wish I would have done with intention is the people I date, the jobs that I decide to take, the friends that I decide to have in my life. All that really is a big deal. Like I feel like I wasted my time in my years, and this isn't me being like bitter or anything, but especially when it comes to dating, I feel now as a grown woman, I'm starting to realize how much it is a big deal for someone to say that they were with you. It shapes who you are. And I just feel like there's people in the past that I get really disappointed with myself. And that's something that I was really hard on myself, is like, I wish that I was just more intentional with whoever I was dating. You know, if someone would ask me to be their girlfriend, and I'd be like, yeah, like, it sounds fun. I have nothing to do anyways. Like, then before you know it, you're stuck in there, and you know, it alters your life. I wish I would have made better choices and been more intentional with who I date and the jobs I pick and the friends I pick. So that's my number 1 advice, is do everything with intention. Don't just be in this life just wandering around doing whatever. You know, time is short, and your choices dictate your life and your path and your journey that you're going to be on. Just because then if you don't do it with intention, you're just like a paper bag in the air, and life will just throw you whichever way. And you know, take control of your life, have intention, or do everything with intention. So that's my number 1 advice. Number 2 is you don't owe anyone access to yourself. And what I mean by that is, I remember when I was younger, a lot of men would like, they would take me shopping. They would just give me whatever I want. And I remember this one time, it really stuck with me. And like, just because a guy takes you on a nice dinner, spends like $600 on this dinner, takes you shopping, it doesn't mean at the end of the day that you owe him sex. You don't owe him anything. He decided to do that out of his own free will. And that's something I really wish that young viewers really know that, because I remember when I was younger, I messed up, and I felt I was intimate with somebody because they took me shopping, and like they spent so much on me, and at the end of it, like I didn't want to do anything, but I really felt like I had to, because this guy did so much nice things for me. That was my thought process at the time. Yeah, you don't owe anyone anything, especially your body. So like, you're worth more than a $600 dinner and some shopping. So please don't be scared to say no. Literally, that's another one. Don't be scared to say no. If you don't like something, speak up. Also, when I'm giving this advice, this is Bricia's advice. So if some of you guys disagree, that's on you. This is just, again, what I would give. So we'll go on to number 3. Number 3 is very important. Actually, one that I've been telling myself a lot recently, and one that I'm actually teaching my daughter. Number 3 is to trust yourself. And that's very, very important. And this is a big one to me, very, very big. And what I mean by that is, I remember growing up my whole life, people telling me how to dress, how not to dress, how to be or how not to be. Wear makeup, don't wear makeup, don't wear heels, don't be yourself, Bricia. Like, that's pretty much what I felt like a lot of people were giving their opinions as to who I should be. Now that I'm a grown-ass woman, I think that that's so strange to me that another person tries to alter another human being. Like, just worry about yourself, you know? I'm very big on that, because I wish I would have stayed true to myself. And I mean in a sense where it's like, I don't even like their ideas. I don't even like what they wear. I don't even like their state of mind. And I was over here listening to it. And now that I'm doing my way in my life right now, dressing how I want to dress, doing my makeup, or just doing whatever it is I want to do and staying true to myself, I noticed that that's gotten me further tremendously than listening to these people's ideas. Especially being young, and like you don't know that, because a lot of people try to like mold you to be a certain way. And I think it's very important to stay true to yourself. Be yourself, embrace yourself, whatever that is. Even if you're not sure what that is yet, that's fine. Still just listen to yourself and what you want to do. Don't listen to other people. And that's another thing, like, I'm very big on is, sorry, this is just so passionate for me, like this, especially this one. I had some people around me who would tell me, like, you know, why do you have big dreams like that? Or why do you talk like that? Or why are you very fiery? People like that, I encourage you, if you're watching this, if you're around anyone and they're telling you to be anything other than yourself, you need to leave that friend group or that relationship or whatever. Whoever's in your life should celebrate you and not make you feel like you're a burden. Should bring out more of you and not try to change you. If you're around people and you notice they're telling you to be something other than yourself, you need to get out of there immediately. People like that will distract you and hold you back, and they don't have the best intentions for you. So don't ever shrink yourself for somebody. If you're around friends and you feel like, oh, I can't wear this dress, I should probably dim my light a little and be more casual, because they're not going to like that I come like this, you know? Don't ever shrink yourself for nobody. If you have this fiery personality and you like to dress up and that's just who you are, then be who you are. That's you. Like, and anyone who has a problem with that, you should let them know, like, if you continue talking, like, if you keep continuing this, we can't be friends. Actually, I probably wouldn't even tell anybody that. I would just stop being their friends if they ever try to tell me to be something other than myself. And the person who did tell me that I'm telling the story about, I did cut them off, because that's somebody dangerous around me, if I'm being honest. Yeah. That one's so big to me. You know, I had this one ex who wanted me to be in real estate school. I spent a whole year studying for real estate, trying to go to school for real estate, take the test and everything, and I never even wanted to do that. Not at all. That's not even who I am. I don't give a fuck about houses, selling houses. I don't care. And when I started being true to myself and being like, hey, actually, I want to be a filmmaker. I want to do this, and I went for it, and I'm starting to see the results, and I'm like, I really wish that I would have just listened to my thoughts this whole time. But at least I caught it now. So number 4 is stop looking outside for answers for yourself. And what I mean by that is, have you ever noticed, like, when you're sad, at least for me, when I'm sad, like before, I used to always look outside of life, if that makes sense. Like, I used to feel like I was going to find an answer in another relationship, or I was going to find the answers in some stranger who's going to give me guidance, or like, I guess what I'm saying is, I realized that you may be searching for your answers outside when you're sad, but everything you're looking for is already within. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it's very big. Very, very important to have a relationship with yourself. If you have a relationship with yourself, it's harder for people to fuck you over, because you're so protective over yourself and you love yourself. So I encourage you to sit down, meditate, and like really get to know yourself. And I used to think I loved myself in the past, but it's like, I obviously didn't, because if I did, I wouldn't have accepted a lot of things that I did before. If you don't have a relationship with yourself, you're going to be a very easy person to manipulate, because you don't give a fuck about yourself. And if you care about yourself, and if you have a good relationship with yourself, again, be okay with being alone. Being alone and being lonely is totally different. You could be around a lot of people and still feel lonely, but there's a lot of power in being alone and actually enjoying your own energy. You know, if you don't even like being around yourself, like, why would anyone be around you, you know? And again, that goes back to like, stop searching for your identity and answers in other people, because they don't give a fuck. They barely give a fuck about themselves, you know? So treat yourself well, have a relationship with yourself, get to know yourself, get to know, like, even if it's bad things, like, even if you're like, hey, I'm a narcissist, well, at least you know that now, so you could change it and change who you are and like better yourself. Sit there and really get to know, like, who am I? And who am I not? And who do I want to be? Is when you're in a relationship, don't lose your identity at all. Like, keep a lot of who you are. Like, be yourself still, and just know, hey, this is just another person, and I'm another person. Like, I remember anyone I was with, I would lose my identity, live their life, be with their friends, and completely abandon who I am. So when you're out of the relationship, you feel powerless. You feel like you feel like you don't even know who you are, and that's because you completely abandon yourself in the relationship. That's like very important to have that great foundation with yourself. I know I said 7 things, but I'm just kind of ranting because as I'm talking about this, other things are coming to me. So yeah. Okay, so this one, I don't even know why I wrote it down, but I must have wrote it down because it meant something. But I wrote down, don't take things personally. And I feel like I wrote that down because again, going back, and this is what I mean, you won't take things personally from other people say about you if you have a good relationship with yourself. If you have a good relationship with yourself and someone says, hey, you're a loser, or you're ugly, you're this and that, all those things wouldn't give a fuck to you. Like, you wouldn't care about that, because why? You love yourself. You have a good relationship with yourself. You know who you are and who you're not. I was very I put myself out there on the internet a lot. Growing up, you guys saw my journey, and a lot of people were very mean. A lot of people would say, why do you talk like that? Why do you look like that? Why are you? And I feel like I had thick skin. What I mean by don't take things personally is people in the past. I remember I had a lot of people in the past say a lot of mean things to me, that my dreams weren't going to happen, or that I was an airhead, or I was dumb. And now that I think about it, I'm my IQ is a lot smarter than them. And when anyone's mean to me, I always tell myself, they probably don't even love themselves. They probably don't have a good relationship with themselves. And anyone spewing hate or negativity towards you, they're not flowing with love. Their spirit's not flowing with love. Because if it was, a person flowing with love wouldn't say mean things like that. Someone's saying mean things to you, and you're a young person watching this, if they're making fun of your body, the way you talk, everything, do not take it personal. Just know that they're battling things inside, they're insecure, they're projecting, they're not happy, is what I'm saying. So don't take it personal. Again, because you know who you are, and if anything, that should inspire you to be I don't ever want to be like that. If anything, look at it like power. If people are saying mean things to you, or even good things, they're sending you energy. They're putting you on a pedestal, on a platform, you're rent free in their mind. And to me, that's power. For someone not to even know you, but to be so ruffled up, you ruffle their feathers, that's power. So I think it's a state of mind of how you look at it. Also, this is kind of sad because it took me to go to therapy for me to see this. If you're in a relationship with a man and he raises his voice at you, you need to leave that relationship. A man shouldn't be someone can't lead you if they're at war with themselves. If someone's at war with themselves and they're unhealed and they have past traumas that they haven't sorted out, this person cannot lead you. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's like being in the passenger seat and then he's the driver, and then he's telling you we're going to get to our destination, we're going to get there soon, and then there's nowhere you're going because he doesn't even know where he's going. I think it's very important to anyways, going back to don't be with a man who raises his voice at you, because a man should be able to articulate himself without raising his voice at you and speaking to you like that. You're a girl, you're a lady, you're a woman. And if he was raised by a right man, he would know better than to raise his voice at you. They should be able to communicate with you like adults. Also, I feel like I'm just adding so much. I'm going to end it soon. But also what I do want to add on is something that I wish, literally my whole 20s, I did not have any boundaries. I didn't even really know about that. And it'll sound silly, but I didn't. And I encourage you, if you're watching this, it's okay to have boundaries with family. It's okay to have boundaries, especially in relationships. Because sometimes, everyone's different in every relationship. And I wish that I would have set my boundaries. Now I have boundaries. But before, I didn't really, I wish I set them that way. If someone didn't respect my boundaries, I know okay, this person doesn't give a fuck about me. They don't respect me. They know this is what bothers me, yet they keep doing it. Say if your boundary is, for example, hey, I don't want my boyfriend liking another woman's Instagram pictures. That's just a boundary when you're with me. And then if he goes around doing it anyways, that lets you know, you don't respect me. I told you that as an adult, and you're doing whatever the fuck you want. Now I know I gotta leave. So just things like that. Everyone has their own boundaries. Everyone is different from everyone, but that's one of mine for me, which is common sense now at my big ass age. Just keep chasing your dreams. They will come to life. Don't ever give up on your dreams, no matter how bad life gets. Please don't forget your dreams. Like, it's so important. And yeah, that's something that's really big to me, is please don't ever forget your dreams and keep going after them. And I promise you, as you keep going onto your dreams, there's going to be a lot of people that are naysayers, hate on you. You're going to lose friends and some family. But hey, that's not real love anyways. If people are, you're losing people because you're doing what you want to do, or doing things that make you happy, It also like filters out people by itself. Like, life will filter people out for you in your own way as you're following your dreams, and you'll see that. And when you're doing that, it could get lonely. Like, oh my God, I'm buzzed. Okay, it could get lonely when you're like following your dreams. But again, just know that comes with elevation, and it's not going to be like that for long. You'll soon find your own tribe. Okay, so we'll go to the last one, which the last one is like very, very important to me. I'll go ahead and, this is the last one because I have to go to dinner, but the last one is being feminine. There's so much power in femininity, the divine feminine. And I love when there's a beautiful woman who recognizes her beauty and uses that, I feel like that's very important. And what I also want to add into that is like, invest in yourself. And that's part of the femininity. Like, invest in, like, go getting a facial, go to the gym, take care of yourself. And I've had some people in the past try to tell me like, oh, you do your eyelashes or your hair because you're insecure. Just not wanting me to be a woman, like feminine. And it's just like, no, like, I grew up with a feminine mom. So naturally, like, I'm just like that. And I believe like it's not about vanity at all, and it's about honoring yourself. Like, that's what it is. It's like you're honoring yourself. Why don't you want to take care of your skin? Why don't you want to upkeep and take care of yourself? Go get that facial, go to the gym, eat clean, go get your hair done, get your lashes done. And anyone who tries to make you feel bad about that, it's just like, they're the ones who are like the weirdos, because it's like, why would you want to make someone feel bad for investing in themselves? It shows that you honor and respect yourself. If you don't take care of your body, you don't care about your facials, you don't care about curling your hair, getting your nails done, like, to me, that tells me like you don't give a fuck about yourself. And for the people who are like, I used to have girls who are natural be like, I just wake up natural, and like, we all do. We all can do that. I'm not shading anyone who wants to be natural, like, that's fine, but I don't like when the natural women shade the women who like being feminine. And there's so much beauty and fun in it. Like, honestly, for me, like, when I get ready and I do my hair and my makeup and I have my little music going on, those are one of the best things about, like, that actually gets me really excited. And I tell myself like, oh, I'm so happy to be a girl. Like, this shit gets me excited. And I feel like the more that you're in your soft era, like, if you're more feminine, you're soft. And I feel like as women, we should be receiving, allowing, nesting a home, making a house a home. And I feel like when you're more in your femininity, you're more intuitive, if that makes sense. And that's one thing as women that we're so gifted on. Like, I even heard men say this, as women, like, when we feel like somebody's doing us wrong and you'll get a dream, we're so intuitive. And I feel like the more that you're in touch with your feminine, you're more intellectual and you're more intuitive. And speaking of intuition, before I let you guys go, some of you guys may disagree or agree with what I'm about to say, but another thing I would give advice on is I no longer pay attention to, I don't follow my heart or my mind anymore. Your heart can sometimes lead you the wrong way. It could make you love someone that is no good for you, and you could stay longer in a situation that's no good. But your heart, you're following your heart. Or your mind just gives random thoughts that aren't even yours. You need to learn how to control your mind. Like I've said before, if you tell your mind right now to say your name in your head, it will do it. And that's just showing you that you can control your mind. But sometimes your thoughts will just take over. And you need to learn how to filter those thoughts out, like what comes in and what comes out. And what I'm saying is that now whenever I decide on things, I know it sounds silly. Yes, I'll use some of my heart, some of my mind, but something that I really pay attention to is my intuition. I feel like my intuition has never strayed me the wrong way at all, like not at all. I really pay attention to my intuition because I also feel like that's your body signaling that something's wrong before your mind can catch up or your heart could realize. So I think that's very important, that to also pay attention to your body. Like if you feel nervous around somebody or you feel, your body talks to you. So pay attention, respect, and listen to your body. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope there were some things in this video that, really spoke to you and that you could take away home with you. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.